And what is up, all moviegoers? TCT and Elizabeth Pinky Squirrel back again. And what are we going to see today, Liz?
How to Train Your Dragon. Live action.
Bum, 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 bum. She just recently showed me How to Train Your Dragon. I saw it when it originally came out. Only watched it once. Back then, I guess I wasn't as into the animated stuff. I guess because of my age.
Yeah.
But I've more matured towards it lately. It was fun. I watched it at Christmas, and I forgot how good it was. I'm not a big fan of Jay Baruchel, but he's growing on me as Hiccup.
Yep.
He grew on me as Hiccup. I know Gerard Butler his father is Stoic. And he's going to be playing Stoic in this. I'm curious to see if it's going to hold up compared to the animated movie, which I really liked it. I thought the animated movie was great, especially the soundtrack.
Oh my gosh.
It's different. It's definitely one of the better animated movies from DreamWorks, other than Shrek.
Yeah, it's up there with Shrek.
It's very Shrek feel. The animation is beautiful. Now, looking at the trailers for this, I'm curious because you can definitely tell it's CG, but some of the shots look fantastic.
Yes.
But some of the shots of Toothless are clearly cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, it's the only way they can give him his happy face, I guess his dog or cat-like face.
Yes.
That he has in the animated. So let's go in here and see if How to Train Your Dragon can hold up to the original.
Everything we know about dragons is wrong.
The reign of the dragons. It's right here, right now.
I'm the first Viking who wouldn't kill a dragon.
First to ride one, though.
All right, guys, we just got back from How to Train Your Dragon. But before we get started, I want to give a special thanks to Ice Shaker for sponsoring this video. They've done a great job after my bariatric surgery of sponsoring this. So if you guys want to support me and support Elizabeth, get on down into the description and get your own Ice Shaker using the special link that I leave in the description. This is Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, and this one is also Goku. These are the 4D Dragon Ball Z ones. They have different licenses as well, so go ahead and check it out. So, How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes.
What do you think?
I loved it, but I knew I was going to love it.
So, let me tell you this. We've seen a lot of live-action adaptations. Some of them good, some of them bad.
I mean, we just saw Lilo and Stitch.
We saw Lilo and Stitch. We enjoyed it.
Yes.
Right? As I say in the beginning of the video, I watched How to Train Your Dragon when it first came out in 2010. Forgot about it for a long time until she reintroduced me to it.
I was watching it one day.
At Christmas. Since then, I've watched that movie probably 10 times.
Yes.
And I've watched all 3 of them. I've seen Hidden World, I've seen the second one, and I've seen How to Train Your Dragon. Have not watched the TV series.
No, I haven't either.
I'm going to say, I know I said this about Lilo and Stitch, but things change. Things are coming out, right?
I mean...
I'm going to say without a shadow of a doubt, since Beauty and the Beast.
Really?
Because you wanted to watch Beauty and the Beast the other night, and we
Right.
did.
And we loved it.
Fantastic live action adaptation, right?
What was that, 2019?
2017.
2017, okay, yeah.
And they did a good job with that live action. This is the best one that I've seen since that movie. Lilo and Stitch was good. This was 10 times better than Lilo and Stitch. And Lilo and Stitch, as we speak, has already crossed $800 million at the worldwide box office.
Wow.
So if Lilo and Stitch, with their small budget, can do that, this is a Game of Thrones budget. Those dragons looked incredible. They looked great.
They looked real, but they also...
Looked cartoon.
They looked like the
They
cartoon.
look like the cartoon, and that was the best thing about the movie. Now, say what you want about the cast. I think Gerard Butler was the best part of the cast as Stoic.
Yes,
he's Stoic in the animated movie. The kid that played Hiccup, what'd you think?
I actually liked him a little better than the animated guy.
It took me a minute. It was the same with Jay Baruchel. It took me a minute for me to warm up to this guy. But by the end of the movie, he had me.
I think that's part of the
And that's part of it, right? That's why it's genius, because
I
he's
think-
supposed to be awkward, and you're like, oh, this guy can't.
He's too awkward.
Oh, okay, maybe he can.
Did you notice he's left-handed?
Yes,
I thought that was really neat.
I thought that was great. Now, I've seen some clips about Astrid.
Mm-hmm.
She looks nothing like the character in the animated movie because of the hair.
I
People
don't think
were-
they could pull it off.
They couldn't pull it off. People were criticizing her hair.
Just her hair.
This girl did a fantastic job playing Astrid.
Oh, she was such a little.
She was
teenager.
great.
Oh my gosh.
But say what you will, the one gripe that I have about the movie, I'm going to give you a grade right now. It's a 9.5 for me. Like, it's a solid A. They did a fantastic job. I'm just going to go ahead and get that out the way. This is, like I said, it's probably the best since Beauty and the Beast. Like, we've seen the Cinderellas, we've seen Lilo and Stitch, live action adaptation of Snow White looked like trash. Like, I mean, Little Mermaid was trash. Peter Pan and Wendy was trash. Like, we know what trash is. This was not trash. Had everything in the movie screaming at it to be trash.
yes.
The awkwardness of the teenagers, the acting looked like Nickelodeon acting, but they would say something silly and then get really serious all of a sudden. And I'm like, that actually worked. And it's supposed to. It's supposed to be teenage awkwardness.
I mean, it nailed it.
They did a great job with that. Sorry guys, it's storming out here. My nose is running a little bit. But they nailed this. The score was,
Oh no, it was slightly different. Did you notice?
yes, it was different. They added some
They
key
added
pieces.
lyrics.
They added lyrics to it. The
I gotta
orchestra.
go back and listen to the.
They
lyrics.
added a lot of orchestra to it. But I mean, the flying scenes, everything was a carbon copy of the animated. Like, even the like where she gives him the kiss. She's like, "Ugh,
Yes.
that's for scaring me," and that was for everything else. Like, it's literally what they say in the movie. Half their lines are literally the lines from the
I
animated movie.
mean, yeah.
And you know what? Why mess with perfection?
But they're also the lines from the book.
From the book as well. But why mess with perfection? The animated movie worked. Give them the same lines in the animated movie, in the live action rather than in the animated movie, and it will work well. They added some things.
Mm-hmm.
In the animated movie, I can't recall. Did they ever show that the dragons were allergic to pollen?
That was in the book.
That was in the book.
Mm-hmm.
It was not in the animated movie. See, I noticed that. He grabbed some dandelions and like that's one of his tricks in the arena.
That was the book.
Yeah, so he sees that Toothless is sneezing. So he's like, well, maybe that'll work. Kind of like a magician, right? And the dragon drops, you know. So that was interesting. The climax at the end, exactly the same. If you've seen the animated movie, you're going to love this. This is beautiful. Basically, this is for the people that grew up in 2010. So I graduated in 2010. Here I am, 33 now.
Oh,
Right.
I went to the theater in college to go see it.
Right? So, those people who were kids, maybe 10 years old, they're probably in their mid-20s now with kids of their own that probably have not seen the animated movie that they wanted to take to see this. So I'm curious as to the response. Now, we saw the response earlier this morning. It had a 99%, not from Rotten Tomatoes, but it was on Rotten Tomatoes, audience score.
That's amazing.
Now, it's only been out for a day. It came out last night, and it's only been out for a day, so it's probably going to drop. But every review that I looked at this morning, I like to look at reviews to see what the people are saying. I don't want to see spoilers or anything like that. But because I want to give you guys my opinion, and it doesn't sway my opinion at all. This was a good movie. If you enjoy How to Train Your Dragon, the entire series, you're going to love what they did here.
It takes you for a ride.
It takes you for a ride. Now, what I will say, basically, if you've never seen How to Train Your Dragon, and this is your first introduction, it's gonna seem silly. It's gonna seem awkward. It's gonna seem weird. It's gonna seem kiddish. That's because it is.
I mean, it's a kid's book.
It's a kid's book. It's a family movie, and it's meant to be seen the way you're gonna see it. that doesn't mean the special effects ain't gorgeous. They're gorgeous in this movie. They did. I mentioned something to her in the very middle of the movie when we were first seeing Toothless for the first time. I was really appreciating how much was on a stage.
Yes, a lot of
How a
practical.
lot of practical
And
in
then
this.
They blended it
They
so
they blended
beautifully.
it great. DreamWorks, you guys are on another level right now. You're kicking Disney's ass. I'm just gonna tell you, you're
I
kicking
agree.
Disney's ass. Disney, you got to step it up. And was there anything woke in this? I didn't see anything,
I mean, the two girls sticking together, but that was in the book too.
but that's in the book, and it's not in the animated movie, but it's in the
It's in the book.
it wasn't shoved down your throat though.
No,
It was natural.
It was very
Viking.
middle school.
Girls stick together because they're
Yes.
Vikings, because Viking women were not well respected unless
Right.
they were higher ups.
They had to fight.
They had to fight.
Yeah.
Made sense, right? See, you can do that without shoving it down our throats. Disney's like, let's just go ahead and make them kiss. No, you don't need to do that.
No.
You don't need to do
They
that.
just were supporting each other.
They were supporting each other,
And
right?
I like that.
Disney would have had them in bed together.
No.
I mean, give me a break. DreamWorks, great job on this movie. What was your favorite part of the movie, Liz?
My favorite was the magic ride, Astrid called it,
Yeah,
where they went up to the Northern Lights.
yeah, that was.
But that scenery was great. But then they had the solo, low octave violin.
Yeah, they changed it. They
on the
changed
G
it.
string. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh!
They changed it from the animated movie.
They turned it into a love theme.
By the way, fantastic. Whoever the production designer was, the way that Toothless was slinging Astrid around was a carbon copy of what they did in the animated
Yep.
movie, with her legs flying up everywhere. Exactly the same. And why mess with perfection?
My
They
favorite
did a
was,
great job.
We got her, and then he looks upside down.
Yeah,
I love that.
Toothless, whether like when you scratch him, he'd act like a dog. When you pet him, he'd act like a cat. He's a creature, you know. He had the laser. You pointed out. Did
Yeah.
they do the laser thing in the? They didn't do that in the animated movie, did they?
I don't remember.
I think that's in the book.
I don't remember if it's in the book either. I have to go back and read it.
Yeah, I haven't read the books, guys, so she should know.
Yeah, I think they should really do another one and actually make Toothless speak the way he does in the book.
But here's the thing: whether Toothless speaks or not, he doesn't really need to. The movie's great even when he doesn't speak. But I would love to hear him speak. That would be awesome. And you said David Tennant does the books, right?
He reads the audiobooks and he's the voice of Toothless.
That's good. That's
That's
good.
amazing.
We love David Tennant. She's met David Tennant. I saw him in person when she met him. You know, he's a wonderful guy. Yes, Doctor Who, Hamlet. You know,
Hamlet, yeah.
we saw him at the first GalaxyCon we went to.
Yep,
and
our first con.
his line was wrapped around the building.
I think I waited 3 hours.
She waited 3 hours, and it was worth it to her, you know. So
Very
we
much.
appreciate that, Mr. Tennant, if you're ever watching this, which you never will. But congratulations on that. But no, this for those of you who are scared, I'm going to be honest with you. I was scared when I saw a couple of clips. They showed me the clips of them like being nerdy, but like when they were doing the training montage,
They
like
didn't-
before they started it.
So the clips, they don't have the context.
They don't have the context.
And they don't have the build up.
They don't have the
They
context
just-
or the build up or anything like that. But there were some actors in there that wouldn't have been my choice. Like the big one. I'm not a fan of him, but he did fine
But
in this
no,
movie.
He brought in, so in the books, there are numbers
Hmm.
to each dragon.
Yes, and that was great.
And he brought that in
Very well.
pretty seamlessly.
Very well. And I was annoyed that he was in this movie because we watched, what was the movie we watched? Y2K.
Mhm.
He's in Y2K.
Was that him?
Yes, it was the fat kid
Okay.
from Y2K.
Oh.
And that actor annoys me. Now, I'm pretty sure he's a nice kid. He's a nice guy. I just don't like the way he acts, right? I was like, when I saw the clip, I saw him and I'm like, no. Like,
But the annoyance fit.
it fit. And they did a good job with that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to backtrack on my statement and saying he did well. And congratulations to
You know
you.
what it
Congratulations to all the kids. You
You
know?
know, it kind of felt like Hackers to me.
Yeah, it felt. Oh, I'm glad I showed you that.
Didn't it feel that way?
I'm glad I showed you
These
that.
kids come together.
But I'm gonna tell
and
you,
change the
and I'm
world.
gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell her right to her face. I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm telling her right to her
What?
face. Hackers Cast completely kicks the How to Train Your Dragon's cast's
Well,
ass.
yeah, but it has that theme and
Yeah, it has where the kids have to come together to stop this entity
and save the world.
and save the world. But when it comes to acting chops,
Okay.
I would put the Hackers kids over top of these kids any day of the week.
Yeah.
Okay, like I mean, you got Matthew Lillard, Angelina Jolie, those guys.
I
Come
don't know.
on, man.
But it had that feel.
You had that feel.
The oddballs working together.
The oddballs. It's not Goonies feel, but it's
No,
know,
not
never say
Goonies.
die. But everything worked out well. My favorite part of the movie was the special effects. Like the fire breathing was amazing.
I am so glad we did not wait for it to come on screaming
I'm glad.
because you needed to hear the soundtrack.
As much as I'm suffering right now, like trust me, guys, I'm hurting right now.
You're
Being
still
out,
sore.
I'm still very sore, very injured, very ill from the surgery. But I suffered through it for you guys and for her because she really wanted to see this. I wanted to see it too. I've enjoyed watching other reactors watch How to Train Your Dragon. You know, reaction channels like Blind Wave, Real Rejects, Sorta Stupid. We've gotten into Sorta Stupid.
You got me into them.
Guys, check those guys out. But we really enjoyed How to Train Your Dragon.
And I liked watching, the very end. You heard all the kids go.
Yes.
It
Yeah, there was
cute.
kids that clearly had not seen the animated movie.
No, but they got so wrapped up into
They were
it.
like, "Oh no!" Like I heard a couple of "oh no's" when Hiccup's falling through the fire. We all know that he's coming out with a peg leg
Yeah.
at
But
the
the
end.
kids
But some of the kids
was
did
so
not,
cute.
and it was that's what we go for.
Like they all did it.
Like we knew what was gonna happen. Like we knew most of them. Like you did save them, yeah, most of them. Like that, and which was great. Gerard Butler was so good in this movie, man. I mean,
Yeah.
there was one moment where I was like, shoot, they didn't risk it, because in the animated he was about to say what the F, right, when he sees the kids coming over flying on the dragons, he goes what the, and that's it. He doesn't even come near the F word, and I'm like, because it was such a good moment in the animated, but I can understand, like they're like, yeah, he's just like what.
They explained.
Yeah,
they
it's like,
explained the helmets, so that was enough.
They explained the helmet in the movie too. It's
I
his
know.
mom's breastplate.
Yep.
Of course, yes, we've seen How to Train Your Dragon 2. We know what happens in there. I'm not, for anybody who hasn't seen How to Train Your Dragon 2, we're not going to say what happens in there because I don't want to get ripped apart in the comments.
No.
But it has something to do with what we were just talking about. But I will ask this: do you think Kit Harington will be in if they do a sequel?
I don't know if he'd blend.
Because he's the dragon catcher in
Yeah.
the second movie. Like he's the dragon catcher that is leading the ships up. Who was the bad guy in the second movie? I forgot his
I don't
name.
know.
Yeah, it was the real creepy guy. But he was the dragon catcher catching dragons to take to that guy. That was Kit Harington from Game of Thrones voicing him.
I don't see. I can't see him physically.
I can.
Matching.
Have you ever seen? You watched Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't a Viking.
It doesn't matter. He was as good as a wildling.
Okay.
And that we're the wildlings. Technically Vikings.
Okay, you got a point.
Okay? He can do it. He can do. They wouldn't have casted him in that role otherwise, but like that's what I would want to see out of a sequel. Get Kit Harington to do
Can we
it.
put Seamus in it too while we're at it?
Oh, dude, the guy that played what was Stoics?
Goober.
Gober. That should have been Seamus, but it was the guy that played him was awesome.
Seamus is too tall.
What did he play in that I know that guy from though?
His name is Nick Frost.
It's Nick Frost. No freaking wonder I know Nick Frost. That's great.
I was trying to figure it out, and I read it on the.
Oh
You
man!
thought I was listening to the music. No, I was trying to figure out.
No,
who he
Nick
was.
Frost plays in a lot of stuff I've seen.
Yep, it's Nick Frost.
I was like, I know that guy because the beard was covering up half of his face.
Yep.
I was like, I know that's Nick Frost. Wow.
That's what it
Okay,
said.
the legend Nick Frost.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, I take it back. Nick Frost.
You're
yeah.
telling me to read
I
the
take
credits.
I take it back. Well, I didn't look at the credits because there were so many kids running around.
I know.
I was kind of entranced of what they were talking about. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this for this movie review. Thank you all for your wonderful wishes once again. Go out and get you an ice shaker, man. I've already had some people purchase some, and I appreciate the love. I mean, we do get commission for that. And they've got a brand new bomb pop out. They've got a brand new ice cream cone out. Sold out right now, but he promised me he's getting more in.
Yep.
Chris Gronkowski promised me.
They're so great looking.
Yeah, and the Star Wars ones look awesome. If you got an NFL team, they've got them as well. WWE, I mean, you like Cody Rhodes.
They got Rhea. The Rhea one is
The Rhea
really,
Ripley is beautiful. It's purple.
It's very purple.
And it's beautiful, you know. They've got MLS if you like soccer. They've got some NCAA. They don't have all the schools.
He's getting more and more Disney.
He's getting more and more Disney. He's got Mickey Mouse and
He's expanding
stuff.
Disney.
I even mentioned to him he ought to get Hiccup and get some DreamWorks involved, like Stitch or Shrek. Like he's working on it. You know,
yeah, it takes time because you gotta get everybody.
You got to get licensing for it. But guys, that's gonna do it for this movie reaction. What do you grade it? I know what you grade it.
10.
You give it a 10. I mean, I give it a 9.5. It's not a perfect movie. I mean, there were some things about the acting in there that I could just like. If it was a perfect movie, it would have been acting like Hackers. You know, like I didn't see nothing flawed in Hackers.
I'm not grading it on the acting. I'm grading it on how it made me feel.
But because I feel that responsibility.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, to be like, hey, yeah, it's a little bit of silly. It's like Nickelodeon-ish type acting, but it's perfect when it's supposed to be serious.
The timing is good.
But when they're trying to do comic relief, it feels like you're watching Nickelodeon at some point.
But that's how kids are.
But I know that's how kids are. But that's my thing. Is I can't say it's a perfect movie because at some points it felt like M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay, it was too.
You see what I'm saying?
Too scripted.
Too scripted. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I can't give it a perfect score. I want to give it a perfect score, but because it was they added some things, but because they didn't come up with their own stuff, and they took from the animated movie, basically line for line, most of the scenes.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect movie. Because you have to give that to an original movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I feel on movies and stuff like that. But guys, like I said, best live action since Beauty and the Beast came out.
It's beautiful.
And trust me when I tell you that
it
looked gorgeous. It looked gorgeous. You see it in IMAX, 3D, whatever, 4DX, whatever you can see it. It was so fun. The music was there. The acting was there. The special effects blew my mind. There was some definitely cartoony CGI moments, but it was supposed to be.
Yes.
You know, so get on into your movie theater and check it out. And that's going to do it for this review. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, this is TCT and Elizabeth Pinky Squirrel signing off. Hope you have a great night, everyone. We'll see you again.